Hi there, I'm Karsten. I'm the co-founder of Meta Startup Studio, and this is the 100K Academy where you learn hyper-practical skills to start, run, and grow a lifestyle business. So today, what I want to talk to you about is how to stand out with my coaching offer. And I'm going to talk to this through the lens of coaching, but you can apply this very easily to any other industry, right? If you're a designer, if you're creative, if you're a do-it-yourself professional, if you are, a photographer, video, you just want to start your own passion business, you can apply the same principles to this because the market developments and the general logic remains the same. So we get asked a lot because we tend to have a lot of coaches in our business because we also came from a coaching background. So how to stand out with my coaching offer? Because there's so many coaches out there right now. And that's a valid question, right? The context to this, starting a business in general online has become as easy as never before. So obviously more people are trying to start a business. You are trying to start a business, right? And that's awesome. That's a great thing. It means there's a lot more people out there doing something similar to you. So more important to understand, how do I stand out from that, right? Also, in terms of coaching specifically, there's a context that right now we have around 100,000 certified coaches out there growing in the world. And this is an increase of like 30–40% over the last 5 years. And at the same time, the online coaching market, though, is also a massive growth market, right? So in the online coaching market, there used to be about 3.2 billion euros of value in 2022, and this is expected to reach 11.7 billion by 2032. So, over the next, let's say, 8 years, as we're now in 2024, this means a 260% increase, compared to 2022. This is an insane amount of growth, and there's plenty of room for coaches to gain value from that, right? So just wanted to put that out there. It's not a declining industry. It's not a stagnating industry. It's a growth industry. That's very important to check on. And yes, the online market is growing. Yes, in the online space, it's a lot easier to start a business. So there's more people trying it, but you can definitely stand out. So today will be about how to do this. And the number one thing that I want to say to you today that will allow you to stand out is to niche down. Because, there can be like another 500,000 coaches and they're all general coaches. It's very difficult to stand out. Like, how do I differentiate myself? Just by, being a different human? Yes, that helps to some extent. Some people get pulled to different humans, but if you say the same thing, it's going to be very difficult to stand out. But if you start niching down, I'm not a general coach who does life coaching for anything, but I'm a career coach already. Those who want to like grow their career, want to stand out in their career path, like want to create developments there, want to like solve some problems there, they're going to look to you, not to a general life coach. Already you're starting to stand out, right? But then if you're just a career coach, any career coach, that still is, does the person really have the authority and the means to help me in my like tech product marketing role or whatever it is, right? Product owner role. And I want to grow my career there. Does this coach really know how to do this for me? So you can niche down further, right? Product for career management, for product owners. Okay, so now I'm like, okay, this coach is, in career development. Great, that's what I'm seeking. He's in product ownership in tech. That's exactly where I'm at. Awesome. And, then you can even go one further, helping people with what in their career specifically, exactly, right? To achieve the promotion from senior product owner to director product or whatever, right? So now it's like, okay, I'm a senior and I want to go to direct. This person must know exactly what I need, right? And just by niching down, you've become so relevant and you're standing out from the crowd. You're not just a coach, right? So it's super crucial. And I'll talk to the financial impact of this in a separate episode. You can probably find it somewhere in the link. But I want to talk to you today only about this niching, right? So as a coach, for one, don't just call yourself a coach. Think about where you want to specialize. And oftentimes, where you want to specialize is where you have experience in personally, where you have authority in, right? That's your past, your background, where you have a network in. Very important, because if you cannot access people very easily who are, who you want to specialize helping with, it's going to be very slow and difficult to get started. And especially in the beginning, you want to start generating cash flow quickly. So The more accessible you make this niche, the better. And then to really stand out in the market, even within that niche, right? Because there's going to be others who are in a similar space, right? Is by really understanding that customer. And this is not some market research papers online that you read, or you need to hire a market research agency. You know, when you come from big Fortune 500 backgrounds, like we came from Adidas, from Wayfair, you know, there's the whole departments with market research, but that's not what you need. You need to just define very, very niche. Who is it that you're targeting? And then have them in your network, and then find them and talk to them. There's friends, friends of friends, colleagues you've gotten along well with. They are great first interview partners. Do a freaking interview with them, talk to them for 10 minutes, ask them 10 questions. We have a recipe of how to do this. Maybe we leave it down in the episode as well. And you know, you just understand from them, what are their pains, essentially, right? The essence of this is, what are their pains? What are they struggling with? What are their wishes? What do they wish they had? You know, what's the result that they want to achieve? And then, like, from that data, from that insight, you also, what is the format that, you know, within wanting to solve that pain and achieve that result, and, you know, all your wishes, like, how should that be packaged up ideally? Like, what pricing like would be super comfortable for you? Very important, right? Pricing. Do not put a price out there that you think is like a right. Ask people. That's how you stand out. You stand out by really learning your customer, and don't talk to one or two or three. You know, we always say minimum start with 5 very niche down, exact same profile type customers. That'll give you an indication, right? You can start with that, especially if you want to just start putting some things out there, you know, get started quickly. That's great, but continue those interviews. Go to 10, 50, 100. We always say go to 100 over time, because you will see maybe there's a couple different personas as well. Maybe, you know, those product owners who want to grow their career, they have, you know, there's a couple of different profiles within there. One is more like the do-it-yourself persona who wants to pay less, but they want some guidance, so you can develop a product and offering for them and position yourself for them. And there might be, you know, the more like having more funds available, wanting to take this more done for you really guidance from somebody. They don't have the time to figure it out by themselves. They don't want to spend the time on it. It's a different profile. It's a higher price point. It's a more customized offer versus this, you know. So you start to see how you can really stand out just by understanding your customer. Talk to them, learn how they talk about what you want to offer, right? Now you've decided this is my niche. Now, how do they talk about it? Oh yeah, I got stuck in my career, and, you know, it just feels like, you know, I have these development conversations. I just don't know how to improve this. I'm already trying. So you listen exactly to what they're saying. And then in your marketing, in the way you're positioning your offer, you know, in the way the features you integrate in your offer, it can cater to exactly that. And that's how you stand out, right? Because people, they look at the market, and even if someone out there looks super fancy and premium and they're a coach and they've been there for a really long time, but they say, I'll help you with career coaching. But then you come, I help you with career coaching as a product owner, moving from there to there. And I have these and these and these features. And they are the exact things that they've been saying to themselves or to their friends. And they're like, oh my God, this is exactly what I want. So I hope with that, you know, also like just to finish this up, there's 2 elements that I want to just highlight, right? You're niching down for one, you're talking to people, and then you are bringing 2 things from talking to them into your world to really stand out. Language on the one side, right? So don't be generic, but be very specific based on the exact words that they use, because words have a meaning for people, right? And nothing has a meaning until you give it meaning. The same exact word, I'm depressed, could mean something extremely different from me versus someone else, right? It's just like what you associate with that word in your head, and that's different. So really stick to specific words people use. Be specific in the way you talk. Don't just say grow your career. In what exact way grow your career? With my help. With what exact help, right? So be very specific and use their words. That's language. Don't use ChatGPT. Don't use your own words. Your own words, if you have been in the same position, are likely to somewhat represent that already. It's not bad. ChatGPT is going to do a scientific version of that, and oftentimes that's not going to align with what they say and how they talk about it. Also, the actual offer, what you're giving to people, the features, what you're packaging up, how you're packaging that up, that's the other thing you're getting from those interviews, from talking to people, and how to really stand out, right? Putting something together that they really want. And also try to solve don't be so stuck up on, oh, I'm a coach or a designer, whatever, right? But I'm just going to use the coaching example. I'm a coach and I'm just going to solve it with coaching. And my mindset coaching can help them all. That's great. And it's probably, we all know as coaches, we do know at least psychology will always be 80% of the success or failure of anything, right? If you have the right mindset, it's a great success factor to achieve whatever you want, right? You can have all the tools, but the wrong mindset, you don't use the tools. With the right mindset, you actually use them, you create the results. So that's important. But people don't always think they need mindset. Most of the time, they don't think they need mindset coaching, right? I got the mindset. Like, I just need freaking tools and mentorship and guidance and practical stuff. So you need to listen to what they say when they explain you all their wishes. And, that could be things unrelated to coaching or designing or whatever, but you may just want to figure out those things and bring them into your world, right? Hire someone who's an expert there, make them your partner, buy something one-off from them that you add as a bonus in your program. Learn that skill yourself. If that's, something that, you're anyway going to have to learn over time, like, why not start doing that, right? So those could be all the ways of how to bring this in, but be very open to not just put an offer out there that you think is your field and that's what you're going to offer. Because if people know, oh, I'm going to go to this guy to get, or this girl to get the mindset coaching and the process and some guidance, that's awesome. But I also need, to learn how to, like, have a conversation with my boss about my development. I also, and there's someone else who talks about how to pitch yourself in a development. Then there's someone else who talks about CV writing. Then there's someone else who, talks about building your personal brand. And you're like, oh crap, gonna have to work with 4 different people, do 4 researches. Like, it's overwhelming, right? It's annoying. You want to have a simple one fits all, like, I'm gonna go to this guy or this girl and I'm gonna just, like, get all my stuff solved holistically. And when I say holistically, it doesn't mean holistically how it should be holistic. It's holistically how your clients describe, or your potential clients describe, what they actually want. All right, so I hope this helped. You understand how to stand out with your coaching offer. And again, you can apply this to any other industry as well. And with that, have a good day. Put it into action now.